Hey everyone, and welcome back to Marvel Champions Experience. As always, would really appreciate if you consider liking the video. And if you really like what you see, please think about subscribing to the channel. And as always, please drop a message down in the comments below. I love having conversations with all of you, especially when you correct me on my mistakes. Like last game in particular, I think someone commented and deleted it, my last rogue game, but you shouldn't delete it if you did. I put a copy of Misled into the game, but this wasn't my obligation. I put the wrong card in, so that was my bad. So yeah, always drop a comment down below. And shameless self-promotion brought to you by our sponsors. If you happen to like video games, please think about checking out my weekly video game podcast, D-Pad Experience, on all podcast providers and YouTube. Now back to the game. All right, so we are here with Rogue. I did my first playthrough with Rogue and her precon, and I vehemently hated her precon. So we are back with a deck that I made, and we're going to try it out. I don't know how it's going to do. I actually don't think it's going to do very well at all, but I did want to try out something different. All the decks on Marvel CDB for Rogue were leadership, and I thought about making a Spider-Man deck, and there was a leadership Spider-Man deck on there, and so I was like, okay, so that is a good idea. The other one I wanted to try was toughness, but those were like the two main decks, leadership and toughness. So I went a different route, and we're going justice. It's probably a terrible choice, but let's see what happens. So here's the deck that I have constructed for us today with Rogue. All right. So one thing with Rogue is her resource generation is god-awful. She's got very expensive cards. So our deck is going to try to help mitigate that and get some cheap cards in there. So we're going to use X-Gene and Def Focus to help bring down some of the cost of some things. Now, I, in the last game, did not take advantage of her touched with the traits. So this is what I'm trying today. I've got Cosmo, Wraith, Quasar, and Eros, because I'm going to try to take that Guardian trait so that I can play Think Fast. So our goal today is going to be to confuse the villain a lot and see if we can swap. So since we're going to be trying to be putting touched on the allies, that'll give us, that will give us Ariel. So I'll try to play Yawn Roll. Okay. And since we're going Justice and trying out one way or another, Overwatch, which is my replacement for multitasking, clear the area. Again, some cheap costs, hoping that we remove all the threat would turn the tide. Skilled Investigator, right? And Chance Encounter, because I want to try to grab Gambit for my deck as much as possible. And I told you I love this card. I think it's going to be worth it since I'm going to be trying to keep Gambit out the entire game. I like having this card in there. And our resource generators. I don't know how well this is going to do. So we shall see. We shall see. It's probably going to be really bad. If you look at my Gambit decks that I made, this one needs 3 threat on it. The Gambit protection deck that I made was fine. It definitely didn't set the world on fire, but I thought I was on the right track. I think Gambit can do well with protection, but I think, as I often fall into the problem with protection, I protect too much and don't offense enough. So I do think Gambit has a better shot in Justice, and I actually have a very interesting idea for him in Justice that I will probably get around to after I test out this Rogue deck, hopefully this weekend. All right, so this is all shuffled. Let's get our encounter deck shuffled a bit, and then we will be good to go. All right, I think that is good and shuffled. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video right now, because when I eventually lose this match, I don't want to go through that whole introduction again. So let's pause this video. All right, just so we don't have to go through that again, I'm just going to shuffle one more time. All right. I've seen, and I'm not going to say what videos they are, but I watched a video of another board game, and it had to deal with dice. And you know, the person was demoing the game, and it was pretty obvious that when they rolled the dice, they what's it called? They the video was paused, and then the dice kind of rolled into the correct position. So I like to reshuffle after that, just so everyone sees that we're all on the same page. All right, here we go, Rogue. What do you got for us? All right, so touch to set aside, and I think we're ready. We're drawing 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our video looks good, and here we go. All right, so we have a one way or another, but we also have like 5 million side schemes are out already. We have a yawn roll, which I can't play because I don't have aerial. Going rogue will help. We did get our death focus and X gene though. All right, so I think our goal is going to be to get those 2 out first. So we're going to use yawn roll and think fast, since we can't play those, to get death focus and X gene out. Yes, I can play that because I have the mutant trait out. All right, and I think we're ready to flip. I could play this right now, but let's go nuts. Let's play one way or another. We're going to find a side scheme. We're going to find a side scheme and then draw 3 cards. All right, so what side scheme do we want? We can get another abduction protocol. I think there's a cheaper one in there, though, like a 3. Let's see. What is it? Abduction protocol. Wasn't there a cheaper one that has like a 3 thread on it? Here we go. What is this? Relentless robots. Each player engaged with a sentinel minion cannot thwart this scheme. So I'm not currently engaged with a sentinel minion. Abduction protocol would give me another ally to play. You know what? I'm going with another abduction protocol, actually. I'm going to go with a second abduction protocol. Okay. So that's done. Now, we have no space for anything. Let's move you to the side. Let's get, just because of my OCD, I would like the abduction protocol. Actually, you know what? I want the abduction protocols next to each other. That's what I want them. That'll look nice. Okay. They both have 4 on them. Many threat. But I'm drawing 3 now. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So what could we do? We can't play Rogue's Jacket just yet. We're going to use these 2 to pay for this going Rogue. All right. She doesn't have aerial. Retaliate, confuse an enemy, stalwart. I believe that's when you put it on a hero, right? Yep. Okay. So, I'm going to... Got it. Okay, that can be used for later. I'm going to play this Skilled Investigator. Then I'm going to put Overwatch down on... I don't know, this is a tough choice. Let's put Overwatch down on... Do we want it on Abduction Protocol? Actually, yeah, that'll work. We're putting it down on Abduction Protocol. Okay? And then we are going to thwart... Yep, I think so. Well, let's put touch on the Sentinel first. Then we're going to thwart for 2 on the abduction protocol. Is that what I want to do? Yes, that is what I want to do. We're thwarting for 2 in the abduction protocol. We're not triggering this yet. Then we are going to use def focus and X gene, right? Superpower, identity specific event. So there. Then we're going to play Going Rogue. So we're going to move 3 threat and we're going to confuse Sentinel. So we're going to remove 3 threat from here, bringing this to 1. Okay. And this, oh no. So we'll put Overwatch on the mutants at the mall. Okay. Overwatch will go on mutants at the mall. Then now we're going to play Overwatch to remove 3 threat from abduction protocol. And I take 1 random captive ally and put them into play under my control. And we've got Cannonball. You're going to go right there. You have 3 health. Cannonball takes 1 negative consequential damage after he attacks and defeats a minion. But we're not actually going to do that. We are going to thwart for 1 on mutants at the mall. Getting that out. And also, you search the encounter deck for a Sentinel minion and reveal it. Okay, we're revealing a minion. And which one do we want? Possibly this Mark IV, right? What other minion could we get that's not the worst? These minions suck. These minions truly suck. This Mark II isn't that bad. Oh, hang on a second. Before I even do that, I've defeated a side scheme. So I draw a card. Another Going Rogue. Back to deciding what minion that I want. So this minion is cheap, but it would gain Surge, which means I get 2 encounter cards, and I don't think I want 2 encounter cards right now. So I am going to go with this Mark IV. We'll shuffle these up. So this Mark IV has Guard and Patrol. Oh, wait, I get Jubilee now. This can go up here. Jubilee has 3 health. She's got 1 thwart, 1 attack. Sentinel here has 4 health. Okay. So Jubilee can exhaust and deal 2 damage to an enemy, but I don't have anything I would like to discard for that. What could I do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to thwart for 1 with Jubilee, since I have another Going Rogue in my hand. That'll be able to take care of that in the next turn, God willing. All right. So we're done. Now we're going to draw 3 more cards. Cool. Son of a nice word. This chance encounter was meant to be for Gambit, but I got him now. Damn, I actually have good cards in my hand. And I don't know how to spend any of them. I can't. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we'll figure that out later. Okay, this is going to go to 2. Oh, right. I forgot the villain's attack. You're going to attack, and I'll take it. Does this come off of him now? Wait, when does this come off? I forget. After the player, until the end of the round. After the player phase begins, let's see, end of the round. So that stays there. Okay, so Sentinel is attacking, and I'll defend. Yep, I'm going to defend. And he's hitting for 2 plus nothing, but we lost in advance. So that's good. I take no damage, but I have Retaliate, so he loses this tough. And I'm just going to take the 2 damage from the Sentinel. Here comes our encounter card. The villain attacks you. Go to hell. I'm going to take it. 2, that's 3. So I'm down to 6. But he's got to confuse, so I might consider flipping and healing on the beginning of my following turn. All right, so we've got a bunch of decent cards in our hand, and we need to figure out what we want to do. So what I could do is, okay, so these 2 are definitely going to be for the going rogue, right? They'll definitely be for the going rogue. The only bad thing is I will lose, technically I'll lose the confuse because he's already confused. Oh, actually, you know what? I could confuse the Sentinel. That's probably a good move. Okay, so if those 2 are for that, right? I definitely don't want to... Although, I could play the energy transfer as well instead. If I play the energy transfer instead of the going rogue, I can deal 2 damage, not to him because of the guard minion. So that actually doesn't matter. All right, so let's go back to the drawing board. So I think I will be using these 2 for the going rogue, right? Which will take this out. Let me draw a card. Then what I could do is I would love to use the chance encounter to get the jacket out, but I think I might spend this energy resource to take 2 damage from here. And then what I could do is I could use Cannonball, and this will be fine. Like, he won't take any consequential damage because he'll have defeated him. So that actually might be the move. So I think that's what we're gonna do. And then I'll get another ally. Yeah, let's do that. So, one thing at a time. Oh, this comes off. And I don't know, it'll go back on the Sentinel. It's not going to matter. Well, whatever. We'll put it on the big Sentinel. It actually doesn't matter. So, because the overkill wouldn't matter right now anyway. Because Rose attacks and she can't attack. So, all right, we're going to spend Def Focus and the X Gene to play Going Rogue right here. So this will remove this from the game. I'll hit Skilled Investigator and draw a card. Damn, Southern Cross is good too. All right, this is gone. I'm going to get another captive ally. And we're getting Richter. What do you do? After Richter attacks, deal 1 damage to villain and each minion engaged with you. After Richter attacks, deal 1 damage to the villain. Okay, I mean, that's fine. You're not going to set the world on fire. All right, now back to us. We are going to do what I said to get this minion out. We'll exhaust Jubilee, right? Spend this resource, deal 2 damage right here. Then, let's see. Yeah, I don't think Richter would be the best thing to do. Right? After Richter attacks, deal 1 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with. I mean, I could hit him for 1. Then this would hit another one, and then 1 damage to him. I don't think it actually meant. No, Cannonball is a better move. So we're going to hit here with Cannonball. He takes no damage. This is gone. And then I think we're going to... That's a little bit of a problem. I think we're going to remove... I could do 2 damage to him right now, right? After he attacks. Or remove a threat. I think I want to remove a threat. Right? Yeah, let's play a tiny bit safe right now. We're going to move a threat. Then we're going to flip. I believe this comes off now. After you change this form, set touch to side. And I think I just want to hold these, honestly. Like, I think I want to hold these. I don't really want to give up any of them. This will help me heal, right? Gambit is the one that I truly wanted. And Rogue's Jacket's too good. I could stun. I think I have to hold these and play it out. I really hate that, though. Like, I could play these three to get Gambit out. But I think the Jacket is too good to do that. I really do. I mean, technically, I probably could use the Southern Cross to get the Jacket out, because then I can get that superpowered adaptation thing. Let's try that. We're going to spend Southern Cross to get out the Jacket. Don't love it, but let's see what happens. All right, we're drawing 6. One more. There's a superpower adaptation. Okay, so if I can get Gambit out, actually I will be able to get Gambit out. I'm thinking a little bit ahead. Sorry. These two can get Gambit out. These can play for the energy transfer. Then I can use superpower adaptation to grab the Southern Cross back. All right. So that actually worked out slightly well. I'm speaking too soon. All right. So this is going to go to 2. You don't scheme because you're confused. And we have you gain Surge attached to the villain. You get piercing and ranged and +1 attack. Okay, so you have 2 health. All right, and we're done. I did that right? Because Operation Zero Tolerance is in play. And I think we're good. I hate that, though, but what are you going to do? All right. And here we are. So I think we're basically going to do exactly what I said. I could heal. I said I was going to heal, right? That would bring me to 9. This would bring me to full health. Okay. That would bring me to full health. But then I would be... You know what? I think I'll be okay. I think. This is, if this is attached to a friendly character, I guess 1 thwart. If it's attached to an enemy, I gain +1 attack. Do I want to heal? I think I'm okay. I think I don't need to play it that safe. So I'm going to flip. Jubilee doesn't count towards my ally limit. So I'm actually going to use... do I want to spend Eros? The reason why I'm thinking of spending Eros is because I can exhaust Jubilee for this Think Fast, because it's energy, and she won't take any damage. Yeah, let's play it that way. So I've flipped. I'm going to put Touched on the Sentinel, and I don't have 3 fists to remove that anyway, so it's going to stay there. Then the first thing I will do is I'll use Cannonball to hit here, because he won't take consequential damage because he's defeated him. Now I've got a couple other things. I think this might be a fairly decent attack turn. So, number 1, I'm going to spend Eros and the energy to get out Gambit. Gambit does something kind of cool. I don't remember what it was. He enters play with 3 charge counters on him. And then when he attacks, remove 1 charge counter, deal 1 damage to the enemy. This isn't like... All right, so this is piercing and ranged. All right, but that means he won't get the retaliate, which kind of sucks. What are you going to do? Didn't he take a retaliate before? Oh, you lost a tough. All right, so Gambit will attack for 2, plus the charge counter, which is 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Rogue will attack for, I believe it is 3, right? Because of this, it's on an enemy. So that's 3. 1, 2, and 3. We'll have Richter attack for 1, which is actually 2 because it's 1 damage to the villain also. So that's 2. Then we will use Def Focus and X Gene to pay for energy transfer. Attach touch to a character other than Rogue. So will be on him, right? And even if I needed to do it the other way, I'll have, like, if I can't attach to somebody else, let's pretend I had it on the Sentinel first, and now I play this and put it on this Sentinel. Same thing. Heal 2 damage from Rogue. Oh, I can ready her. Shut up. Deal 2 damage to that character, heal 2 damage, and ready her. I actually didn't realize I would ready her. So I deal 2 damage. I heal 2 damage. I ready her. So I'll attack again. And I will use superpower adaptation. Oh, nope, because it's not on a friendly character. I have to use it in the next turn. Which is fine. That's fine. I will use this on the next turn. Should I have put this on Gambit first? Would it have mattered? Yeah, so let's reverse. I'm not undoing this. Just here's my I just didn't read the whole thing. So let's reverse all this. The first thing I will have done is put this on Gambit. Okay. Right? Then I will have played superpower adaptation to grab the Southern Cross. Then the next thing in my turn I will have done is I will have put touched on the Sentinel, and everything else would have played out the same exact way. All right. All right. So we're done. We're going to ready up. We are drawing 3 cards. Got another superpower adaptation. Very nice. This Think Fast is a tiny bit useless, unfortunately, though. Because I don't have a... What's it called? I don't have a Guardian Ally. All right, we've drawn our cards. And we're done. So this is going to go up to 3. You are going to attack for 3. And here's the thing, right? After an enemy attacks and defeats an ally, place it face down under here, and we lose if there's 4 there. So I can't chump block with them, basically. So I will be defending. All right, so I've defended. So he's hitting for 3. If targeted for elimination is attached to an identity. Okay, it's not. So he's just hitting for 3. And I take 1 damage, right? Yep. Here comes our encounter card. After your turn ends... Damn, that sucks. There's no way I can stop that. I can't ready myself, right? Exhaust your identity. Discard this card. I'm already exhausted. I don't think anything here I have readies me. So what I could do is, since I have the superpower adaptation, right? Because this will make me place this card. Actually, you know what? Not the worst. After your turn ends, place this card face down under Operation Zero Tolerance. So normally I place one of my cards down, but I've got no cards under that, and I think I might be willing to roll the dice. Because I could play superpower adaptation to grab back to grab back maybe like energy transfer, which would, oh, sorry, this comes back off, which would deal 2 damage, heal me, and let me ready. And then I could flip. And then do all that stuff. But it's just 1. Another thing that I could do is, I think I'd like to play the Southern Cross, which would be these 2 plus that. What else could I do? How much is the Going Rogue? Is that 3? Going Rogue only costs 2. So I could use Superpower Adaptation on... I could use Superpower Adaptation to grab Going Rogue, which would confuse him, and then I could ready. So I think I'm going to do all that stuff, and I'll let that play out. All right, so number 1, I'm going to think. I think these are the 2 that I want to play for that. Jubilee's not going to do anything this turn, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, she might attack to get something off. Decisions. Okay. This actually Southern Cross can't be done yet for the most part. I'm going to hold on to that for a second, because I want it to be a big attack. Okay. We are going to... Oh, you only have 1 health left, you son of a bitch. All right. We will attack for 3 with Gambit, bringing your health to 1. Okay. Then we're going to keep you for the time being. Then we're going to attack for 2 with Cannonball, flipping him. Oh, he's got Steady now. You son of a bitch. We're not attacking for 2 with Cannonball. You're going to stay at 1 health. Yeah, you're going to stay at 1 health. I'm not ready for that yet. Technically, my Southern Cross is useless then. Okay, that's fine. It's still a fairly decent damage attack. So we're still going to do the first thing that I said, which is we're going to put Touched on Gambit, and we're going to play the Superpower Adaptation to grab Going Rogue. I just really make sure I did that correctly. Yep. Okay. And we are going to play Going Rogue now. This 0 tolerance, it doesn't matter with the threat. It truly doesn't. We will exhaust these 2 and play Going Rogue. Actually, wait, hang on a second. Oh, I can't. It has to be on him to confuse. But I couldn't do that. Ag. So he's not going to be confused. And I couldn't have got Going Rogue if I didn't do that. All right, so this turn is actually turning out to be a little more difficult than I originally thought. So let's ready these. Now I don't know what to do. I don't necessarily want to flip without him being confused. Maybe I just don't do this yet. Maybe I don't use a superpower adaptation. Maybe I don't use a superpower adaptation. Because I'm just going to have to hold these cards for the next turn. Because he wouldn't be confused anyway, right, if I flip him. So, I don't know. I actually don't know. You know what? Forget it. Let's not use the superpower adaptation. We'll leave going rogue there. Okay, at least for the time being. And I think, oh wait, so that means you go back to full. You didn't do anything yet then. So I'm thinking that I actually start attacking him, because that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So we're going to put touched on him. Okay. No, we're not. We're going to put touched back on Gambit still. It's only got one. And we're going to do what we said. We're going to attack here for 2, and we're going to flip him. Okay? So he's got a steady and a toughness now. And he's got 18 health. So the steady means that he requires 2 cards to be stunned or confused. Why do I want this here? What am I grabbing? Oh, I'm grabbing a toughness. It doesn't actually matter. I'm going to attack for 1 with Jubilee and take his tough off. Okay. Then I'm going to use these 2. And I will spend the... Actually, I'm not going to attack for 1 with Jubilee, but I will have exhausted her, and I'll spend the thing fast, so she doesn't lose a health. Then I'm going to use these 2 plus the Overwatch to play Southern Cross. Since touched is on Gambit, I gain Aerial, which deals 2 additional damage. That's an 8 attack. So you're down to 10. And I'm going to hold on to these. Oh, actually, it's +1 attack because that card was an attack. So it's actually 9. So it's 1 more damage. All right, and we're done. So we're going to ready these up. And this now goes down under Operation Zero Tolerance because it's the end of my turn. And I'm going to draw 3 cards. Wow. Okay. All right. So this comes back to me. No, this actually stays on Gambit. All right. This is going to go to 4. You're going to attack, and I'm going to defend. So you're hitting for 4, for 5. So I take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Here comes our encounter card. Okay. And this is, let's do this first. This has 3 threat. Each player engaged with a Sentinel minion cannot thwart this scheme. I'm not engaged with a Sentinel minion, so, but this does have an extra encounter card. So touch comes off, but I actually think I'm going to win this game right now. So we are going to, let's just end this. We'll play Death Focus. We'll play X Gene, and we'll put touched on Gambit, right, to give us Aerial, and we'll spend Clear the Area to play Southern Cross, right, which deals 6 + 2 plus the 1 on Rogue's Jacket, which is 9 damage. And he's dead. All right. And that was fairly quick. That match was 35 minutes. I'm I think I made a good deck for Rogue. I think I made a good deck for Rogue. That was way better than I originally anticipated. Huh. I might have to try this deck against somebody else. I did not expect this to go this well. I really didn't sweat anything at all. Being able to defend with her was pretty good. At no point did I get the... I would have loved to have gotten the Bulletproof Bell to take some less damage. But, I mean, I recognize I was only at 4 health at the end, but I chose to be at 4 health. You know, I could have easily blocked with somebody else and sent them to the 0 tolerance pile. But that's pretty good. So my initial opinion of Rogue has immensely changed. I still think that her pre-con deck is the worst. I know I spoke with someone on Reddit who didn't think it was that bad, which is fine. It's possible that I had just the worst luck of draw in the world, but at the same time, I personally hated it. I personally hated her pre-con. So if you like her pre-con, more power to you, but I did not. So I easily recommend, if you picked up Rogue, to make your own deck. There are some great decks on Marvel CDB. At one point, I'll probably try that leadership deck, but I want to give this Justice deck another go. I thought that was pretty good. What do you think? Do you think that deck was pretty good? Should I try it again? Let me know your thoughts, everybody. Take care. Hope you have a great day.